And I believe we are live. Hello everyone and welcome to Gavra Racing once again for the Freshman League. And today we're going to be here for a very interesting race, and we're here at a Sochi Autodromo circuit. So obviously some people say this is a very bad track. Let's see how the Freshman League show that. Let's see how the anticipation here in the Freshman League will happen. So hello to everybody coming into the stream. Good evening to Gavra. But at the moment the Tombly boost now on a lap, but I believe you can definitely do better than that. Good evening to Robert Godfather. Good luck in the race today, and I hope it's going to be another top 10 finish. Unfortunately, only 13 drivers, so not a lot of people to come, but anyway, it's all nice and steady. So I believe Borsty Warhog is making one of his first appearances in the Freshman League, so let's see what can he do here. At the moment validated, but he's on his outlap, so really won't count to anything. But now the notifications come through, so now we'll expect some people to join to the stream. But let's see what can the man who could steal the championship this season, not this race yet, but let's see, through sector 1, it looked like it was raining for a second, but I don't think it is, but it's very cloudy here in Sochi. So let's see what can Gavra do here through this bumpy section there, now into the second DRS zone on the circuit. Now DRS is open for the Austrian driver. It is starting to brighten up here for the drivers, so track will start to ramp up. And yeah, so direction now through down the middle sector, really nice and smooth, but looks a bit all over the place, but very good lap was actually from Director. But let's see what can he do here through now the penultimate corner now, now through the final corner. Make sure not invalidate on the outside. They're getting X nicely done, and oh my days, and Director and Kebab Barragers have set the exact same lap time, and you don't normally see this in F1 League racing, but we have just witnessed Director and Kebab Barragers with the same time. Wow, this is super interesting. So at the moment Kebab Barragers and Director share the same time, which is just absolutely just amazing to see. Unique J is joined back, but obviously the championship fight, Mason now goes faster by 400ths in the Red Bull. A very, very stellar job from the Red Bull driver. Let's see what can he do here in the Red Bull. Good evening to NDM Gaming, the man who commentates the Academy League, is doing a very stellar job down there. And obviously the champion has been crowned at every single league we have in store at Gavra Racing, except for this league at the moment, where the championship is at stake for 26 points. And obviously it's 3 races to go, so the Edgester does not have this championship sealed. But oh, and he makes a bit of a spin there, and you do quite common have spins there, and obviously it's pretty difficult to put the power down at that corner. And now he's going to go into the pits and soon put a fresh set of tyres and go for another run. But the jury now still running there, and he's doing a very nice job at the moment, but he's invalidated some corner in his lap. Sabo with a 1:35.0, so some drivers setting some times which are pretty far off the pace, but obviously it's a solo qualifying. The drivers are getting to grips with the asphalt, and obviously the asphalt is very friendly for the tyres, and obviously we'll see how the stretch go. It will be very easy. But good evening to NDM Gaming, good evening to Triple O and Piero, good evening to you. So obviously we've got the championship gap between Unique J and the Edgester, and oh, that's someone in the background there where the Tanjira's headed, and I believe that was the Tommy Boost. Wait, yes, the Edgester, you have the same time, 1 minute 32.291, and that is super interesting. I'm really intrigued to see that, but here is the gap. But according to the game, it's 1/1000th behind Kebab for you, Director, so pretty strange there. But yeah, so DJSY Bates hits the wall. That could have been damage, and if it actually has damage, then that is pretty silly from the Haas. And yeah, the Tommy Boost now into sector 1 here through this corner, the curve. I just absolutely despite that. I absolutely hate that curve, but Tommy Boost sets the purple mid first sector. So the Tommy Boost going very well here at Sochi. Let's see what can he do here in this lap through sector 2 there. Nicely taking the curbs, and he used that curb which just isn't pretty much hit or miss. It's really similar to the Sochi curb, not Sochi curbs, the Monza curbs. And obviously you can send your car absolutely skyrocketing. But Tommy Boost now with a 1 minute 6.1 in the middle sector. Now through the final sector goes the Tommy Boost. Let's see what can he do here in the Haas on board with the Haas now trying to throw the car, but he makes, I think he just got a bit trigger happy with the throttle, and that's really loosened that rear of the Haas, and that's not gonna really help through the final corner. And he's gonna set a lap time. He's just about 1.4 seconds off the pace, but someone's making a nice jump. That's Unique J and setting a lap on the timesheet with 1 minute 30. Let's have a quick look. 1 minute 32.9 for the German driver, who can indeed take the championship lead if he manages to get the win with fastest lap, and if Drescher retires or is outside the top 10, which will probably be a very rare occasion. But let's say so, Tabby Doptex on the lap, but Kebab Barrages stars the grid, and with a 1 minute 37.1.7, that is going to be a very good time and hard to beat. Let's see what can Tabby Doptex do. Obviously done a very good season with the Tabby, and now through this very twisty turvy section, and obviously it's very difficult to put the power down at the first part of the that corner. And now through the final corner, the Tabby Doptex now trying to get the car nicely settled, and he does manage to get P2 on the front row at the moment, just about 1/10 off Kebab Barrages. Let's see, let's go with an on-board lap with Director here. So into now turn 1, you want to brake just after 100 meter board, riding the curb, and now just getting the car nicely settled. Now into turn 3 here, just a very endless turn left-hander here, just keeping it absolutely flat, just braking just when a curb starts. Now you want to try and get on the curb, but Dutch goes a bit wide. He's 700s up at the moment here. Through turn 6, nicely done. Now into turns number 7, and now 8 will come now very shortly. So turn 8, obviously try not to clip that orange sausage curb, very deadly, and now use all the runoff area. And now E2 here, just braking after the 50 meter board, using that sausage curb if needed. And now with DRS, he's going to fly down the straight with obviously speeds over 195 miles an hour. Now very heavy braking zone into turn 13, and now it's just all about traction in the final sector. And now it's going to be foot to the floor here. Now Tabby Doptex gets this section nicely done here, clips the curb nicely, gets a bit of oversteer, and his teammate Director does actually have the spin in the background. Now through the Penalsburg corner, now into the final corner, he goes a bit deep, and that's not going to help him. That's going to be a 1 minute 32.5, and Tabby's actually spun And yes, yeah, exactly. But yeah, good evening to Vex as well, and I believe actually was over directed instead of Tabi Top Deck, so it really is strange to see that. But Director 5 tenths down at the moment. Mason now crosses the line, gets a 1 minute 31.7 and is just about 800th behind the Williams ahead of him. So well, the constructors, yeah, exactly. So with the freshman here, it's going to be foot to the floor for both drivers in the championship. And one of the protagonists is now on an out lap, and we're going to go for a full onboard lap with him shortly, and to see how will he do in that lap. We're going to see how will the German do, but we're going to have a quick look at anyone doing laps. Both McLaren's have been validated. Someone's made a bit of a jump, that's Actonen into P5. Very nice lap from the AlphaTauri, pulls up to P5. Really been on form lately, did the Swedish driver, and yeah, so now here we go with Unique J shortly, and just why Beta's about to set his lap. But we're going to have now a full onboard lap. We're going to just take off the UI. And here is a full onboard lap of Unique J around Sochi Autodromo, Rodriguez, but Sochi circuit. So now, obviously, to this very king right-handed, DRS is open for the German. Now over speeds with over 195 miles an hour, and now brake just at the 100 meter. Will clip the curb on the inside, and then using all the runoff at the exit. Now getting a short line. Now use the curb on the left hand side, try to use a little steering lock now into turn 4 here, trying to use all the curb on the inside and the exit, and now into turn 5. It's all about the car, just letting it roll itself and do the job. Now into turns number 6 and 7 here, just getting the car nicely done by, I believe, he's still free from trouble. Now into turn 9 goes Unique J here, just a very basic turn 9. Now into turn 10 goes Unique J. It's going to be a very heavy braking point for the German now, and his yellow flag's ahead of him. He's going too deep, and that's not going to help him a lot as a Ferrari driver, and that's not going to really hamper him, but he's backed out of the lap, and that is not going to help him at all. And I believe Unique J, this is not what he needs really, but let's see what can he do here. So we're going to go for another onboard lap with the German. He probably is fuel for 2 runs, so we're going to keep the UI on, and let's see how will the German driver do. So now into turn 1, just brake just at the 100 meter board, clip the inside, the outside, carried a bit little speed at turns 1 and 2, but now through to turn 4, brake just when the curb starts, clipping the inside and using all the outside curb available. Now into turn 5, use the curb on the left hand side, and now use all the inside and outside curb, and now into turn number 6. You want to get the car nicely pinned up, and he manages to stay out of trouble here. Uses that curb on the inside, that's really deadly. He manages to stay out somehow, still with invalidation. Now through turn number 9, and he's done a very nice job. So at the moment 8 tenths, not 1.2 seconds down the pace at the moment, and now through a heavy braking, so he's just 2 tenths up on this lap, so this is not looking good for the German. Now through sector 3, now into turns 12 and 13, you're just getting the car nicely rolled up. Make sure you put the power down nicely. Now into the penultimate corner, and now into turn 15, the final corner, and now it's going to be foot to the floor. He's going to cross the line, and he does manage to get the lap done, and it's just 7 tenths down, and that is not going to help. Mason's on a lap. Tabby's just on the lap. Let's see what can the Aston Martin do here. Now he's 500 down. He's got the purple middle sector though, so it's not over yet for qualifying, and it's gonna be very interesting. Director as well is gonna set a lap here, but it looks like Tabby could maybe see pole position here on his hands here. Let's see what can the Aston Martin do. Doing the bounce corner. Is it going to be Aston Martin party down at Silverstone, or is it going to be Grove? It's going to be at the moment the Aston Martin party here at Russia, but Kebab and Mason are just starting their laps. Kebab knows he can get this pole position. He looks super good in pace, but he's just about 300ths down on his lap, so it's all or nothing here to seal pole position here. Now into the first sector. He's just about a 10th up in the first sector, so at the moment it's looking very decent for the Italian driver in the Williams. The Williams pushing everything here for the back of the factory for Grove, and now into the DRS straight, obviously very long straight, and now you expect Kebab just to use his little steering lock here on these very light corners. He's a purple middle sector. He's still a 10th up, and he's throwing the car here. He's absolutely responding here. Power is absolutely fantastic on this man Williams, and he's doing fantastic. He's flying through here. Mason, he's invalidated, so all up to, and the Regster's gone to P2. It's at the moment Aston Martin front row, but can Kebab spoil the party? Yes, he can, with a 1:31.4, and that is going to be pole position. But Tabby Doddex absolutely throws it out of nowhere, and he manages to take pole position by 3/10 from Kebab. What a lap from the Aston Martin. Is going to be the Silverstone outfit at pole position with Kebab in P2, and it's going to be a 1-3 for qualifying, and the checker flag falls here in Russia. Mason into the pits, Acton and set the laps. Everyone set their lap. We now just need to wait for GSY base to retire. Did what? Yeah, turn 1. Yeah, good evening to Dazza, but yeah, it's going to be a very interesting turn 1. Let's see how that one obviously go. Obviously easy to get the slipstream dealt with, and Unique J is somehow on an outlap, but I think he's going to get controlled by AI car, and yes, he's not, so very strange. Okay, that is quite quick from Tabby. Really good job from the Aston Martin. But yeah, Tabby Dogdex has absolutely smashed that lap from Kebab, and he's took pole position from Kebab. But what a lap from Tabby. He's pulled out the flag, and he's done indeed that. And Unique J is somehow on an outlap, so yeah, good luck Tabby Dogdex. But yeah, that was a very good lap. But Unique J is seriously off the pace here, and I'm not sure why he's this much off the pace. But Unique J, maybe his setup is mostly race style, and obviously let's see how that. So let's see if Unique J actually can do this lap. And now Pierre Gasly, Kimi Raikkonen, Sergio Perez, Fernando Alonso, Esteban Ocon, Carlos and Antonio Giovinazzi are actually on laps, but I believe Unique J is actually on a lap, and I can't believe this. Unique J is doing a lap, but he's got 1 minute until the timer cuts out, so let's see, can Unique J do something here? Really strange. The real pole man is Director P3. Maybe. But yeah, Unique J throwing absolutely everything here to maybe try and get a position up or down. And he's minimally up on that time. And it's all to play for here. Good evening to everyone who's just joined. And now It's gonna be foot to the floor for Unique J, and we'll see how this one will go. Unique J has done a very solid middle sector, and it's about 25 seconds till the checkers flag falls. He's gonna have the DRS on for him, but we are waiting. But yeah, Tabby's just put in the absolute sun lap. But now, Unique J does the exact same thing, goes deep, and that's not gonna help him. And Unique J, super unfortunate for him. But Unique is doing a fantastic job here through that chicane, very solid. And now into the penultimate, now the final corner. And he will now cross the line. It's gonna move up to P5, but definitely he can improve that lap by a lot of time. And that's Unique J up to P5's championship rivals up to P3 after that one. So that's gonna be qualifying over. And we've got the time stuck to 1. Unique J needs to retire. Unique J, I think that's high unless he wants to do another lap, but he's 1,000, Codemasters, why have you made the game, which should be great, it is, but how many bugs do you make? Honestly. They've just released a new update for F1 Dev 2 2021 cars, and they've done pretty much nothing about bugs. They only focus on that. Really stupid there from them, but obviously it's Codemaster, so I'm not obviously. Unique J is here because he is in a lobby, but he's still on a lap. Yeah, look the driving style he has. Yes, definitely, it's still him driving. Yeah, Unique J needs to retire. Unique J, no, you don't, Gav, don't start a new lobby. Unique just gotta retire. There we go. Okay. No, don't make a new lobby. We've got qualifying over. Sorry about the bugs. Obviously, it's Codemaster. So anyway, we've got Tubby Dubdex showing how good he is in the freshman at times. And Kebab Barrages P2 there, around 3/10 behind the Aston Martin, with Dretch the P3 with around 6/10 to Tabby Dubdex in the Aston Martin. So Mason P4, Unique J P5, he's definitely going to look to improve. Acton and P6, 7th, 8th, 7th is Tenturi, Boster Warthog P8, Tommy Boost P9, G-Swipe Bates P10, Sabo the Mister P11. Yeah, but you try to do quality. Yeah, probably. But yeah. Yes, probably, yeah, it does happen though, so. And yeah, so I expected for a moment it looked like there's going to be rain, but we've got sunny spells over Sochi here, and obviously the former Paralympics venue, and now into the F1 track, which is very interesting. Obviously, it's going to be very interesting to see how can the front drivers do. So obviously it's going to be strategy wise, it's going to be around soft to medium, very easy soft to medium, because of how low the tyre wear is around this circuit. Obviously not really aggressive turns like Singapore, for example, which we are arriving at next. Obviously that will be the longest race ever, and obviously I hope it won't be that boring, but anyway, we're here for Russia. Hopefully we'll not have any boring scenarios, as people always say that this track is just boring and that. But the drivers only outside the top 10 are starting on the mediums, with Robert Godfather, Sabo and Willie Sanka starting in on the medium tyres, so there will be on the alternate strategy here. And let's see, Sabo the Miss only flying the Ferrari flag. Yeah, and the two Mercedes at the back of the grid, and there's interestingly a McLaren at the back, and that is Borsty Wolfog. I think that's how you pronounce it, but yeah, he's going to be making one of his, I believe, his debut in the Freshman League. Gavra, if you can confirm that, but I'm not sure if it's anyone, but I think it's a driver who just recently joined, so good to see that he has managed to join. And yeah, and yes, Gavra, thank you very much. And yeah, so let's see what can this man do in his debut. It's going to be very interesting to see how will he do. Obviously, he's at the moment just behind his teammate Tanturi. Obviously, let's see how will they do. And now we're going to be slowly concluding here the formation lap, and it's going to be a very interesting start, and hopefully it will all be clean, unlike Italy, Monza, if you don't remember, 4 safety cars. But we'll have a quick look at if the safety car is reduced. It is, so just quick confirmation, the safety car is on reduced. But anyway, we are going to be moving here to trackside. Let's see how will the drivers go with the start. Obviously, some people say second place is better than having first. If Tabby doesn't get a good start, Kebab does. Don't expect Kebab absolutely outshining him into turn 1. But anyway, now we're lined up on the grid. Tabby Dots will take the first slot, and here this man, Willie Sanker, will take the final slot on the grid as just approaching it, and he's going to start P13. It's going to be such an interesting race, and I can't really wait to see how will Russia appoint us here. So obviously most people say it's one of the most hated tracks, and we're going to see will the Freshman League prove us wrong. So here we go now. Lights are counting down. 5 red lights. The revs are up and running. It's lights out and away we go. Tabby gets a very good start. Kebab Barrages gets a good start. It's 4 wide between Mason, Unique J, Direction accident for a moment. Now it's 3 wide at the front here, and there's a big crash, and that is Dredster included in the big crash with Tajuri, and that's exactly what Unique J needs. And what has absolutely happened? Willie Sanker now trying to battle the Tombley Boost, who's made a good start in the AI car, I believe, but absolutely chaotic start at the moment. Tabby Dodik now alongside Kebab, and he manages to deceive P1, and Kebab Barrages takes the lead in this Russian Grand Prix. And now Willie Sanker now fighting with the Tomblin Boost. Now Willie Sanker trying to fight here, and what has happened to Direct? There's some yellow flags, and that is Tabby Dopdex. That's Tabby Dopdex, and what has happened to them? And this has gone absolutely shambles for Aston Martin, and Direct and Tabby Dopdex are the ones who have suffered, and that is such a crazy start. And what on earth is this to be a Grand Prix? Unique J now trying to fight here with Mason here. So Unique J, this is exactly what he wants, and this is going to cut that championship lead increasingly a lot. The Regsters going very nicely now into the pits, and the Regster now will be under Kebab will be under threat here from Mason. Can the Red Bull go round the outside at turn 1? There's a bit of lag currently happening, but Kebab Barrage is now side by side with Mason, and now Unique J will try and retaliate. So the Williams teams might start to work together here to maybe get a 1-2 for the first time this season, and it looks to be a very good pursuit of that happening. And Kebab Barrage goes a bit too deep, but he's well ahead into turn 5, as now Tabby Dopdex getting past Borsty Wolfog and goes into 9th, and he's going to try and make his way up slowly. But Willie Sanker's P5, which is just absolutely fantastic to see. Kebab now is pretty much under pressure here from Mason, and Unique J here, who's trying to pressurize Mason into a mistake, but Unique J looks very quick here at the start phase of this Grand Prix. About 26 laps to go here in this race, and we're all off nice off and clean. And Tommy Boost now, Tommy Boost is AI, and Willie Sanka now having a nice fight for the lead. But here goes, I thought Unique J was going for a move on Mason, but Mason trying to have a look on Kebab Barrages, and Mason really going for it. Willie Sanka still fighting with the AI, as we could see a move here with Sabo maybe moving up to P6, and it probably will happen. But Mason's just all over Kebab. There's a contact between them, and now this is going to put Mason just all over Unique J, and now it's going to be DRS enabled, and now Unique J will have that ERS stuck open, and I thought my heart dropped for a moment. I looked like I believe I've got some lag because obviously, and Unique J's trying to go round the outside of turn 3 on Mason, but a bit too far. But this is looking very close. But look how the ERS Kebab has. He's barely any, and yes, it's super huge for the championship. And the Regsters are around 27 seconds behind. Not 27 seconds, around 6 seconds behind Borsty Warthog, who's just about to pass him, but he's going to be a Hamilton Vettel scenario like in 2018, and now Dersh tries to go around the outside, but Borsty Warthog makes a bit of a mistake and goes too deep into turn 2, and Dereshta says, thank you very much, I'll take the points position, but I know that's Borsty Warthog, and he has spun at turn 3, very awkward to lose the rear there. And unfortunately, Willie Sanka now get past Acton, but he goes too deep, and that's going to lose him a lot of time. And he's just about ahead of the AI of Tommy Boost. But if you might be asking, why is there a bit of lag? Because obviously in the UK there's a very strong wind and obviously a lot of rain. So that's why, if you guys are asking why that is happening, so I'm reminding Gavra. But here goes on Kebab Barrett, not Kebab Barrett, Unique J now around the outside. Simple as you like. Kebab just doesn't look to have the pace at the moment. Unique now is going to try and fight Mason here. Robert Cofford now gets past Sabo, now getting past Acton as they bang wheels at turn 2. They're going to be side by side. And now Acton's going to be trying to go around the outside, but Acton can't do so. And he's going to try and retaliate on Sabo, but Sabo up to P4 here on the medium tire. He's made a rocket ship on the start. Unique J now behind Mason, so Unique J's pace is absolutely stellar right now. And Mason goes a bit deep, and that's going to bring Mason even close. Not Mason. Mason really under pressure here. Onto now the straight. Unique J won't probably be looking for a pass, but he'll be gaining a lot of time. And the oversteer, I believe that's just what bait at the chicane. They're spinning and not having a good race here at Sochi, but looks like freshman definitely Daza. Obviously the freshman does tend to be too chaotic, but and that's I believe Willie Sanka fighting Acton here. So Willie Sanka, let's see what can the Mercedes do. Is he going to try and send it to the inside? But he thinks about it for a moment, but he backs out. But now he'll have a very good chance through the final corner, and he does not get that exit he wants. But you'll have the ERS and the DRS on Acton, and Acton will be under threat here, massive threat. And now Willie Sanka makes contact with Acton and pushes Acton a bit deep, and that's Tabby now getting past both drivers, and now that's yellow flags, and that's Acton at turn 2 there, massive for that. And Willie Sanka at the moment with P5, but Tabby's all over Willie Sanka at the moment, so the Aston Martin making a good comeback. But Acton's got no front wing, and yeah, Director is extremely far now, and all he's got to think about is just to maybe see a miracle. But yeah, definitely he was doing very well, and obviously it's not really. But here goes Unique J now on Mason for the lead here. Now can the lead change hands? But Unique J tries to go down the inside, but Mason breaks very late. He's going to try and break, pressure Mason to break very late, so Unique J can swipe past, but he doesn't manage to make that trick nicely. Working as Unique J still trying to battle Mason, but Mason really fighting this one. He knows he can win this Grand Prix, and if he does that, he will be in very good contention for the win. Kebab just hanging back and to see what will happen then. But here goes Unique J on Mason into turn 1. Mason will have the outside, and Mason tries to retaliate, but Unique J is just so much ahead into turn 1. Mason goes gets a very good exit out of turn 2, tries to get the nice way around the outside, but Unique J is leading by Mason and leads the Russian Grand Prix, and this is just going absolutely into plan for the German, and this is going to absolutely make amends for the poor races he has attended, the poor performances, but he's absolutely back on form and great driving from him, and obviously on probably brand new assists because he obviously has transitioned as well to the Super League, I believe so, and this is really going to help him. And Mason gets a 3-second time penalty, the second driver in this Grand Prix to receive a penalty. Mason just about 7 tenths, but Unique J is really sending it here, and I think he might just have the race pace and not the qualifying pace. Tabby Dodson, Sabo now, Tabby Dobbs just absolutely destroys Sabo and moves up into P4, and Tabby now going to try and set after Kebab, so Tabby Dobdex now back into the top 4, and this is a very good recovery for him, but Tabby Dobdex is really going for as well as Unique J. Mason will have the DRS, but Unique J just moving there, just break the slipstream to provide to try and delete any chance of Mason getting past here, but still Mason super close behind. Mason taking a very different line into turn 3, he's taking pretty much the very deep outside line, which I say to be the dirtier part of the circuit, but obviously we'll see how will that go for Mason. So obviously some drivers do take different lines at some circuits, and we can see that Mason taking a different line. Borsley Warthog gets a penalty of 3 seconds for track limits, as Mason still just about in the 7/10 region, but you'll have the DRS once again, and now Mason's going to close in ever so slightly, but he's just in the 1 second, but using a lot of battery there to try and stay ahead. Mason's trying to stay in the DRS, but I think Mason might just about drop out of the DRS unless he gets a very good final sector and Unique J makes a mistake, or Unique J makes a mistake. But Mason now has got to get the DRS as soon as he can, but he's just about. And let's see, is he in the second? And by 1,000 he manages to get DRS. And now Mason, if I was Mason, I would have to use my ERS to get back in that DRS. And Mason is now just about in the 7/10 behind him. So Mason there very close to be out of DRS range, and obviously you have in the DRS being crucial. And that's Sabo now spilled to win with Robert Godfather. Sabo nearly making contact with Robert Godfather. Robert Godfather up to P5 now, and Sabo will now have the DRS when he's behind Robert Godfather, but Robert Godfather is trying to push as much as he can. He goes a bit too deep into turn 5, but still comfortably stays ahead. And this is a very nice battle between the Ferrari and the Mercedes, and let's see how will this one go out. But yeah, Triple O, they're supporting to Robert Godfather to just go on, and really showing the support, and Sabo now going to try and attack Robert Goffard into the back straight, or the main straight, as yeah, Sabo's just a bit too far back to make a move on Robert, and Robert is really on the base. And actually, speaking of that, Robert is actually pretty much under fuel demand, so that's not really good. Mason is again in the DRS, so Mason looks to be very good in that final sector, but everywhere else he's just not doing very good, and Mason's just at 9/10. So Unique J looks at very good straight line speed in that Red Bull, and it's going to be very interesting to see how will this battle go if it carries on. But you can never be too sure. So Mason will now be just about in this 1 second, and Mason just about hanging in there. Yeah, Robert is doing a very good season at the moment, but he's really under pressure from Sabo here. He's doing it very nicely. Goes just trying to defend here from Sabo, which Sabo obviously is a very good driver, and obviously Robert will do everything to defend here to try and salvage P4 here in this Russian Grand Prix. Tabi, I believe, has just visited the pits for his stop, as Mason still trying to hang in there, but he can't get close to the Williams, and he's just struggling here. But this is the final sector, so this is where he is very good at. There's the other flags at I believe turn 4, and that is Borsty Warthog, pretty much where he spun earlier, and he's gonna be losing a lot more time. And that's Kebab Barragers, and now Robert Coffard at the moment into P3, and Kebab, I believe, has got some damage, and at the moment Robert Coffard is on the podium, and I beg that he stays there. We could see Robert to go on the podium, and his first podium in Gavra Racing if he manages to do so. So you could see Robert doing that. He's obviously got those medium soft tyres to come on after. Sabi gets a 3 second penalty, but Sabi with those fresh medium tyres, and he's going to be very quick on those at accident at the chicane. And that's not really good news for the Swedish driver. But Robert Coffard, come on Robert, get that podium sealed up. But obviously it's not going to be a very easy task. Obviously Tabi Dopdex is going to try and deny him. But Robert Coffard will have those soft tyres on at the later end of the race. But Mason is actually out of DRS range. And Mason actually has more ERS than Unique J. Unique J is using all the battery he has, and now Unique J will start enter some traffic of the Tommy Boost first, not Tommy Boost, that's GSY Bates, first of all, to get lapped here very shortly. And Unique J, Mason go into the pits, both of them do. And Robert Coffard, he will be leading this Grand Prix, which is just, it sounds so irregular, but this man's going to be leading the race here, and this is just so happy to see. And he's going to be leading this Grand Prix at the moment. So Robert is just on fire at the moment. Let's see what can the Scottish driver do. Tabi has the fast lap of 1 minute 34.5. That's a very, very striking lap from him, but let's see how will this keep going. But Robert Coffard is going to be leading this race, and we're going to be seeing so Mason and Unique J pretty much with coming out of the pits with pretty much the same gap. But let's see how will Unique J do on those medium tyres, and let's see how will Mason do on those medium tyres. Let's see how will these drivers do who are battling for the victory here at Sochi. But let's see, will the Williams outscore the Red Bull here, or will the Milton Keynes outfit come out on top here. It's going to be very Robert leading. It's super good to see. He's actually up on his personal best time. Robert is just sending it here. Robert is just on fire at the moment. He's extending that gap continuously to Sabo. Yeah, he's also in that strategy. Yeah, Robert, Gavra, Sabo, and also Willy Sanka will not go to the pit. Will not go to the pits right now. Probably a lap 16. 17 or 18 now, that's when they'll start coming to the pits. Tommy Boost goes on to the Sortes is the other first sector 2, that is GSY Bates just at the exit of turn 2, and that is going to be very unfortunate. Willy Sanka trying to battle Sabo here, so it could be at the moment Mercedes 1-2 at the moment, but obviously got Unique J and Mason still battling. Mason is slowly getting closer here, so maybe Mason does have the base. And Willy Sanka just gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits, and it's going to be a very interesting one. I really can't wait to see how will Mason and Unique J play this one out, and it's going to be very interesting. We see Borsey Walter gets a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting, and he's at the rear end of the grid, so that's not going to really affect him. And yes, at the moment no retirements, and it's all nice and clean. Obviously the start was just too chaotic to start with, and really sad to see that some drivers, big names, Extra, obviously have been the ones who have been included, but Mason just about 5/10, and Mason just seems to look back on that pace, and he's really doing a great job here. Robert Carfather still going to be leading, and really interestingly, Sabo goes into the pits. Willy Sanka now will get P2, so it's going to be a Mercedes 1-2 for the first time in a long while in the Freshman League. And it's just absolutely a sentimental feeling that this is happening. And we'll see, but Unique J is behind Willy Sanka here, so Unique J is going to look to get past Willy Sanka as soon as possible here. Unique J, this move could depend on a lot here. Willy Sanka is now probably going to let them pass, but Mason now is going to get even closer. Unique J is going to start getting a bit frustrated here, because he knows he has to make this move. Willy Sanka goes a bit too deep, Unique J just about avoids him, and Unique J goes to the inside. He tries to make the move down, there's contact, and nearly just about Unique J handles it. But Willy Sanka really needs to get out of the way, because Mason will be super close. Look how close he is now to Unique J. Willy Sanka will be very easily targeting him, and now here goes Mason now on Unique J, and let's see, will Mason absolutely send it? But Willy Sanka's still there on the inside, but Tabby's catched up down to this back, so it's going to be a three-way battle for the lead here, and Tabby Dom is just about near misses there. Willy Sanka being a very big issue here for this battle, and now Tabby's going to be telling Willy Sanka, get out of the way, I want to battle with the top guys. But Willy Sanka's going to definitely to get defeated in this battle, but Willy Sanka does let him pass eventually, and Tabby now takes P4, but he's just about 1.5 seconds behind him. But actually Tabby goes a bit deep, and Tabby will use a bit of the ERS here, and it looks like Willy Sanka's trying to go for the move, but Willy Sanka stays behind. And now the Tommy Boost and Sabu battling. Sabu interestingly on the hards. And it's going to go to the end of the race super comfortably on those tyres, as we look now to Mason here just behind Unique J. Mason is close, but he can't make a move. Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, they are pretty close, they're neck to neck, but Sabo and Tommy Boost fighting again, but obviously Tommy Boost is under AI control. And let's see, Mason now on Unique J. Is he going to make the move? Done. No, he's not. He's going to stay behind. And he has the middle sector purple. So Mason really up in the pace. And yeah, so Mason still trying to give it absolutely full beans here now through the final corner. Mason will have another bite of the cherry here with DRS, but now DRS will be activated. Mason is going to probably go for the move. He's going to attack Unique J for the first time since Unique J has took the lead. Mason will take net race lead of this Grand Prix, and Unique J now down to P3, and with Misaka now into the pits, and now Mason ahead of Unique J, but Unique J will win by penalties because Mason has that 3-second time penalty. And speaking of that, how is Unique J doing? He's got at the moment just one warning for track limits, so it's all looking very nice and smooth. And yeah, good battle from the top two, very nice and clean, but super close, which is what we want to see. The Unique J is now super close to Mason. He's going to definitely make a move here, and Unique J will save his ERS here, or will he not? He's going to use a bit of that battery, but he's going to close ever so slightly to Mason ahead of him. Is Unique J going to make a send, but Mason stays ahead into the heavy braking zone. We'll see Warthog exactly where the third time now, as now he makes another spin there, and Unique J still trying to fight Mason, but now Robert Coulthard the pits, and now he's going to get dethroned the lead. Mason gets the fast lap, 34.5, but Unique J now will have the DRS, but I don't think he's going for the move. He's going to save his ERS on Mason, but Tabby's going to slowly start closing to this pack, but Tabby's got that 3-second time penalty. Dexter is gonna, those tyres are gonna be pretty hurt at the end of this Grand Prix. That is where Robert Coulthard is just about 5 seconds behind Kebab, and Robert Coulthard will nicely be ahead of Tuncuri. And now we are gonna see Robert Coulthard trying to give everything to Sabu and the Tommy Boost battling here, but still Unique J behind Mason here. It's going to be a very, very interesting fight, but they're just giving it absolutely everything. But this might be the movie, and Unique J is quite close now, and it's going to be a very, very big battle to the line here. And now Unique J will have the inside, but Unique J actually closes the DRS and actually keeps P2. He wants to save the battery, and he wants to stay behind, and you'll overtake him eventually when he wants to, when he's got the battery to defend at some lap. But Unique J is now going to stay probably behind for a couple of laps, but Unique J still pressurizing Mason, but Mason gets a some other 3-second time penalty, and Mason now will be under huge amount of pressure. Unique J now going to go maybe to the inside, but Mason breaks late, and Unique J is going to now have maybe an opportunity here on Mason. Let's see, Unique J closing ever so slightly, but Unique J just hanging in there like all season. I'm chatting. You're not chatting alone, Gavra. No, you're not. But yeah, Unique J trying to give it everything here, as it's really important too. But Mason is gonna try and defend from the Williams, as I think this is gonna be a very interesting battle here with DRS this lap 17. Unique J will make the move on Mason, and he's gonna now throw it to the outside, and that's gonna be the move done on Mason. That's gonna be him taking a lead, and that's Tommy Boost. No, it's not Tommy Boost, that is G-Swap Paint, and I was thinking, whoa, who could that be? But G-Swap Paint's actually got a broken front wing. If I am correct, yes he has. The front wing has fallen off the Haas, really unfortunate for him. But Mason now down in P2 again, but you'll have another bite for the cherry here from Unique J. And let's see how this one goes. So now on board with the Williams, and then here comes the Red Bull dashing about. But this one's going to be the move. Unique J's going to defend the inside. Mason tries to attack, but Unique J's got that inside nicely sealed. And it's all going to be safe. But Mason keeps using that line, and it's actually losing a bit of time. But I think he's trying to cut back and carry a bit more speed. And Mason, and now look who's catched up to the pack, and that is Mr. Tabby Dubdex. After being in an incident at the start of the Grand Prix, being at the mere back of the grid, he's now fighting for the win. But obviously he's got 3 seconds of penalties, and just went back to 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. As yeah, very good race for the top 2, but now this will become the top 3 because Tabby will have DRS, but Tabby's got no ERS. GS1 Bates retires from the session in the pit lane, so he calls his race there. Really not good luck for the Haas, and we'll see how will GS1 Bates do at the end of the season, as now we're approaching that. But Unique J still trying to leave the DRS zone of Mason here, but Tabby's starting to gain slowly on Mason. Let's see how will Tabby now do, because Mason has been fighting with Unique J now, but he's got another man to fight with, and that's Tabby Dubdex. And GS1 Bates leaves the session as we see Tabby slow, just ever so slightly closer than Mason, and it's going to be a very good fight between the top 3. But now Kebab will be under pressure here from Director here. Director was at the back of the grid with no front wing, but now he's going to have a chance to take P4 here into turn 1. We go, Kebab takes a very deep line, Josh goes a bit slowly there to not make any contact, but Director's super close to him. Kebab's got no ERS left, and Director's got a bit in the Aston Martin, so Director will probably end up making a move. Sabo is still battling with the AI Tomley boost, but a Unique J just at the innermost end of the DRS zone region of Mason. Tabby's as well, as we see still this fight still that's one of the great pace. That's a shame their problems at the start. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, really unfortunate. But Direction might maybe challenge Kebab here, and obviously Kebab will have pretty much no ERS here, and he's going to be pretty much defenseless. And Kebab now trying to defend us. It's yellow flags at turn number 9 or 10-10. That's Sabo at the wall there, and that's no front wing for the Ferrari. Really unfortunate for him. As here goes Tabby Dubdex now to the inside at turn 1, and Tabby gets up to P2, and the Spirit of Aston Martin is still up. But what can Tabby Dubdex do? Kebab will be under pressure, but I think Kebab's just a bit too far ahead for Direction to make a move. But Kebab now really under pressure here from Direction, and now this fight is going to be very interesting. And now we might see a battle between Tabby Dubdex and Unique J. And Mason maybe just doesn't look like to have the pace, but Unique J just has a very good, and as well as Tabby, have very good pace on the race, but maybe Mason just doesn't have that. Tabby can help his team by taking the win from Unique. Yeah, definitely, but Borsty Warthog, there's a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, so As yeah, so Tabby, yeah, definitely Tabby can help, but obviously Tabby's got that 3-second time penalty, Piero. So I'm not sure what is gonna happen with that, but obviously Director is just about 1.5 seconds behind, so Director might start to feel the tyres kicking in here. And we might, and that's Director spinning, and that's Robocop up to P5 now on those soft tyres. And yeah, I think those tyres on Director's car are absolutely done for. What is this with Freshman? Yeah, definitely, but Robocop father now up to P5, so he's looking for another top 5 finish unless Kebab spins. But still, Tabby's trying to battle with Unique J. He's just outside the DRS. Tabby, Mason, Director. Yeah. No, it's not. Yeah, obviously sometimes there's not really good racing, but obviously it's very chaotic, which we love, and obviously hopefully, obviously Freshman has pretty famous history for like that, but obviously we hope that it will be clean for the rest of the season. But Tabby Dovdex still trying to give it everything here, but there's around 6 laps left to the end of this Grand Prix, and it's gonna be a very interesting fight to the line here. So we've got around 6 laps to go in this Russian Grand Prix, and at the moment it's a pretty decent race, not too much happening, but not that bad. As let's see how well this one goes. Sorry about that, I was just taking a very small hydration time, and I'm back up and running. So Robert Coffather gaining slowly and surely on Kebab, so we could see Robert Coffather and Kebab fighting here. We'll have a quick look at the warnings that Kebab has. Kebab has 2 warnings, Robert Coffather as well as 2 warnings, and Unique J has 2 warnings actually. So Unique J, Kebab and Robert could be on the verge of getting a 3-second time penalty, but we'll see how will it go. Yeah, it's a shame to give few viewers. Yeah, exactly. It's not just the freshmen. Yeah, it's obviously don't know really what's happened, but obviously we're getting like 70 viewers at one point last time out last season, but we are getting a lot of viewers. And yeah, I'm not sure what's happened. Maybe it's just something, I don't know what has happened entirely. Maybe it's just something which is making it interesting. Obviously we'll see how will it go, but obviously I expect a lot of people to come to the Premier Series. Well, that's Tabby Top is getting a 3-second time penalty, so now this is gonna really give Unique J the win here really easily here, and Robocop just you know, slowly losing time, gaining that as well. So yeah, it's just planes in between them to actually get the fastest lap of 1:34.0, so something to take in for the Williams team. But pole time, hello Cryptech, but yeah, Cryptech, so the pole time is 1:31.4, I think, or 1:31.0. It's either 1:31.4, I believe. So 1 minute, yeah, and yeah, so that's where you're probably going to be aiming for, but obviously we're just about to start lap 24 of this Grand Prix as, but there's still people joining for races. Nobody forced them to join. It depends where you focus on point of view. I see different league with few viewers too. Yeah, I kind of agree with that statement, Piero. I kind of do agree. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're not like absolute, like, you know, you gotta join it, otherwise like something happens. But obviously, it's just maybe not much people want to watch the stream, which is absolutely fine. But yeah, Unique J doing well, but his championship rival Director is actually down in P8, and he was involved in an incident and he had to pit again at the start of Grand Prix, but he's pitted again because the tyres were absolutely dead for the Aston Martin, so they're now slowly stopping everything, motherfuckers. Yeah, I want to try and obviously interact with the chat as well. I just don't want to be absolutely focused on the race all the time. I want to see what you guys' opinions are, and I think that is a good way. There's yet some yellow flags at turn, I think 10 or 11, but yeah, definitely. But yeah, I'm still pretty focused, but I'm pretty tired because a lot of stuff happening. Obviously tomorrow and so Thursday got some stuff happening as well as commentary for that as well. So yes, Saab getting another 3-second time penalty, so that's not going to really help for the Ferrari, as still now it's going to be a pretty much a lot. And now it's going to be some gaps around 1 second, 2 seconds, but yeah. So obviously I think that. So I'm gonna actually have a quick question in the chat. When this advert ends, obviously some people don't have access to what I might be saying right now, but when the advert ends, I will let you guys know. So yeah, 31 flat. It was around mid to low 31s, but I think people. Yeah, it's just because like the lack of the attendance has dropped a lot, and obviously we want to have a lot of attendance in like racing and that. But obviously, for next season, if Gavra continues, we're gonna try and make a rule that you're gonna have to join unless you absolutely can't, because like obviously reasons you have to deal with. But obviously I was not commentating because of that, and yeah, I've been fine with that, but I try to comment as much as I can. But anyway, here goes Sabo now on Acton, and we see Sabo now fighting for the innermost end of the point, but Acton does not have penalties, and Sabo does against his name. Acton is going to try and battle this one. We're on the penultimate lap of this Grand Prix. For some drivers, it's lap 25, but Unique J is now gonna try and we get a boom during COVID here. Yeah, exactly. Obviously, yeah, it's because like obviously with lockdown and all that, obviously people can obviously more people were coming, but now we're starting to slow to back to normal. But with the new stuff coming around, we might see another absolute wave of that. So we'll see. But I'm not going to stop. So I'm going to stop talking politics here because this is not politics. But here goes Dredge on top of Bruce's AI, and Dredge flies past the Haas, and Dredge now will take P6, and that's probably where he's going to sit for the rest of this race, as Unique J is going to slowly start now with the final lap of this Grand Prix. But yeah, obviously for the Premier Series of Monza last season, there was around 70 viewers, but now we just tanked down. But Obviously, don't know what's happened. It's not my fault, not anyone's fault. I don't think there's any issue to anything. But Unique J anyway starts the final lap of this Russian Grand Prix, and it's really, yeah, exactly. That's but Unique J starts the final lap of this Grand Prix, and he's gonna set to take the checkered flag, and he's gonna absolutely cut down that championship like knife on melted butter. He's gonna cut that championship lead down to just around 15 points. I'm just gonna have a quick math. So obviously the gap is around at 26 points. So 26 or 28 points. If it's 28, then Unique J will have 25 points. So it would be around 11 points if it was 28, and it would be 13 if it was 26 points. So yeah, the championship is getting much closer, but Unique J's done the job. After really poor form from the German, he's managed to absolutely dance his way through here. Intense battles with his good friend Mason and Tabby Dopdex. I was trying to threat Unique J, but Unique J has done a stellar job. The strategy, the pace, everything was on his way. He takes the Russian Grand Prix. Tabby Dopdex Mason as well take the podium positions, and Tabby, after being last on the grid, he manages to settle into the P2. Mason with P3 at the end, with Kebab now and Robert Goff are actually pretty close to Kebab, but unfortunately Robert Goff are just about behind here by about 5 turns to Kebab, so maybe one more lap he would have got Kebab. Dredged really unfortunate after that front wing, but he manages to salvage last position into 6th after that incident. Really nice race for him, but that championship lead is going to be very much cut down. Tommy Reese takes P7 in the AI, and pardon me there, but Century now gonna start crossing the line again. Very good qualifying, looked like to be a very decent race for the Finnish driver, but it done really good. That's acting at the final lap, spinning there, not gonna really help. It's not really gonna help, but Century crosses the line, and Willy Sanka at the moment, we were looking maybe to see a very good result from Mercedes, but it's another double points finish for with Mercedes, as Sabo's now going to cross the line to take P10, as Ackland through the final corner tried to get the points. He will get the points, just 1 more point for the AlphaTauri driver against his name. Yeah, gap is around 9 to 13, 14 points, so GG's to Tabby Doctors, GG's to everyone. Robert Koff against the driver of the day in the game, but that is gonna be very interesting. So yeah, as Dretcher, I absolutely feel pretty much speechless race for you, but we end the race on a high, and that's it was pretty agreeable. It was okay, it was fun, but definitely can be way more fun. But anyway, Unique J takes the win with no fastest lap to his name. Yeah, exactly, Pierre. I don't really know, but Unique J takes P1 with Tabby Dopdex P2 after that recovery. Mason P3 with Kebab P4, Robert P5 again, solid from him. Drescher 6th with the fastest lap. Domly Boost P7, Century P8, Willy Sanka 9th, Actonen is 10th, and then after penalties, sadly missing the top 10, Sabo, and then Ballstorm Warthog, not what he wanted in his debut. 2 laps down on the leader, then the only man who retired, G-Swad Bates, and that's going to end Grand Prix. Yeah, the lobby was a bit laggy on the race, yes it was. Exactly, 10 points, so the gap is around 10 points between Unique J and Director. So we're going to be heading into Singapore next week for a battle, which will be very interesting. But anyway guys, thank you for joining me today for the Freshman League. Obviously not a lot of views, but thank you Mason, Piero, Director, Gavra, Tabby, Dobdex, Robocop, Father, Daza, and everyone else joining here for Gavra. Thank you all for joining, really appreciate it. And for Wednesday, tomorrow, Tuesday, and Born Evil commentating here at Russia for the Premier Series. And then, oh no, actually, next race is Mexico. Apologies there. So, I believe next week is Mexico, so that's going to be a very interesting one to see. I really want to see that one, definitely. But for next week, yeah, but thank you, good job from everyone driving here in the race. Congrats to Tabby as well, thank you, no problem. And yeah, so see you guys very soon. But join Tuesday and Born Evil tomorrow for the Premier Series around Russia, and on Thursday it's going to be the Super League. Hopefully full quali, fingers crossed, for the race. But anyway, it's just me now saying goodbye. Thank you everybody, no problem, Gavra. But bye everybody, see you all guys tomorrow. Have a great evening everyone.